Okay, at Dan McDermott's request, I'm going to go over how I make my slop. 3 different kinds of beans are going to go in here, and I buy these beans on Amazon, and I'm going to use this crock pot to cook them in. So the first step is put the beans in and rinse them, and I'm going to soak them overnight. Okay, so it's not a precise amount of beans. I just kind of pour them in, just kind of eyeball it so you can get an idea. There's the pot. How many beans I put in there. There are 3 different kinds of beans. There are lentils, split peas, and I guess Garbanzo beans in there. So now I'm going to soak them overnight. And they're garbanzo, the 3rd type of bean. So garbanzo, lentils, and split peas, all bought from Amazon. Okay, so that's the crock pot I'm going to cook them in. I'm going to cook them for 6 hours, but not until they soak in this water overnight. So I got plenty of water in there, and they're going to soak overnight, and then we're going to start the process of cooking them. Now when we start cooking them tomorrow, we're going to use garlic. Here's some garlic. We're going to put quite a bit of garlic in there right away, and then we're going to wait until it has about 2 hours left on the cooking time, and we're going to add potatoes. And actually I add one of the onions right at the beginning of the cooking, and then I add 2 more about 2 hours prior to them finished cooking. And I also add the carrots about that same time because I don't want to overcook those. So they cook for about 2 hours, and the rest, everything else, cooks for a total of 6 hours. Okay, the beans are in the crock pot and they've been cooking for about an hour. And here I've cut up some garlic. This is probably 6 or 8 cloves of garlic cut up, and then I'll just throw that in. Sometimes you can throw it in right away when you first start cooking, or an hour into the cooking is fine. And then I'm going to also throw 1 onion in. I'm going to cut it up and throw it in right now. So as you can see, I've cut up 1 large onion. And I also have 2 bouillon cubes there that I'm going to add. And those do have some sodium in them, so you don't want to add a lot. But I do not add any other form of salt to this. So that's really the only type of flavoring or whatever. You can add some seasoning to your desire. But I find that the garlic, the onions add a lot of flavor. And then I'm going to have carrots in it. And then when I eat it, I put hemp seeds on top. And I find that that's fine for me. So at about 1 p.m. I'll add these 3 potatoes. I'll also add 1 or 2 more onions and a bunch of carrots, and that pot will be completely full then, and then it'll be done at 3 p.m. Total of 6 hours cooking time. Here's the pot. It's been cooking for about 2 hours so far. And again, you can season it the way you wish. This time I decided to go ahead and add some allspice, some paprika, and some, it looks like cumin seed that I had laying around. So I just added some of that to the mix. Okay, as you can see, I've cut up the 3 potatoes, and there were 3 good-sized potatoes. I've cut them up, and I'm going to put them in. It's about 1 p.m. now, and I'm now going to prepare the carrots. Actually, nothing to do there, just put them in. I'm going to put some carrots in, and I'm also going to put 1 or 2 more onions in until I get the pot completely filled up. These are the organic carrots. They're baby carrots, and this is a big bag that I buy at Costco. Use them in my salads, use them in this slop, so I go through this bag before they go bad. And as you can see, I've added quite a few carrots. I haven't stirred it around yet. I wanted you to see how many carrots I added, so they're all sitting on the top there. Once I stir it a little bit, this thing will be almost full. I'll be able to add some more onions, and then it'll cook for about another 2 hours. Okay, it's 1:15 p.m. and the crock pot now is completely full. It's been cooking since 9 a.m. and it should be done at 3, so it's 6 hours cooking time. And the rest of this will just cook and should all be ready to eat shortly after 3 o'clock. There it is with the lid in place. And I'll stir it about an hour into the cooking. I'll stir it around a little bit, but it'll cook through all the way, and this will all be ready to go later. Okay, it's 3 o'clock and the stew should be ready very soon. I started it I think about 9:15 actually, so I'm going to wait about another 15 minutes or so, and it'll it'll click over to the keep warm, and then it should be ready, and we'll take a look, we'll sample it. Okay, so the slop is done. Some people call this stew, but I call it slop. The slop is done, and I've got some hemp seeds sprinkled on the top, and I've also got a fresh avocado on top, and I'm going to devour this. This is going to make a great meal.